there. In this tutorial, I'm going to discuss about frame relay, and basically we discuss about how to configure a cloud in frame relay. So frame relay is basically configured in a WAN network, in a wide area network, and it configured in a physical and data link layer, and it works in a concept of virtual network. So a cloud which connected to the router only have one serial port, but that router will have two virtual network or more than two virtual network, despite of having one physical network. Took the example in this diagram, you can see a router having one physical line with physical connection over the cloud. This router also over the cloud, this router also over the cloud, but you can see this dotted lines is a virtual layer, the virtual network, and this virtual network having identification. You can see the IP address, these IP address, and these IP address is known by a dulce value. You can see here I just wrote 102, 103, 301, 302, 203, 201. In real scenario, these dulce value provided by ISP only. We can't configure dulce values, we can't know what dulce values you're using, but our dulce values or data link connection identifier provide us the identification of a network that 102 having this IP, 201 having this IP, 203 having this IP, 303 having this IP network. So this is how frame relay works, that in the wide area network it's not possible to have 2 and 3 types of connection physically, but and it's also not cost friendly too. So that's the reason frame relay is idle one. So via frame relay we can afford one physical connection, but can have our virtual network. So this is the thought process. So how to configure this frame relay in packet tracer. This is what I'm going to do, and also going to configure our cloud here. So let me close this. Okay, 2621. We just wants to 2621. Now, because we are going to configure WAN, the frame relay WAN, so let me take a generic cloud. Cloud means configuration of frame relay. Don't think it's a cloud computing. Don't go to that concept. This is not a cloud computing, but via configuring frame relay in packet tracer, you need to be basically this is also a kind of router only, but since we are configuring frame relays, we need require like this. So that's the reason it's a kind of a router only in the physically in the reality. Okay, so we need not to give a cloud or the clock rate in the router whenever we're going to configure it. So let me configure it. Okay, sorry. Okay, we not yet put the So we connected the serial ports. We can understand how to connect serial port in the router. Okay, now it's time to connect a DCE cable. So remember, serial 0 to serial 0, the first router serial port is connected with cloud serial 0 port. The cloud serial 1 is connected with serial 0. Cloud serial 2 connected with router 3. Okay. Now what we require to do is we have to configure this DALC value. So I'm not configuring router in this video, so it goes to cloud, and you can see these many ports or links there. We have to configure. We have the three thing: connections, frame relay, DSL, series 0. So I have to configure this interface. Now the first thing we need to do is select the LMI type. LMI is local management interface, and it is a signaling standard of DC DT device. Means it basically works on the signaling standard of DC DT device. Means we have the three kind of LMIs: ANSI, Cisco, Q933A. So these are the three LMI standards. So it's up to you. Either it goes to ANSI, then the signal standard of DC and DT devices will be on ANSI basis. Same with Q933A. So currently we're going to be with Cisco because we are working in Cisco packet tracer and we are using Cisco routers, so no problem on that. Now here we have to give a DLC value. Now carefully configure DLC value, should not be wrong. Okay, so first DLC value I'm going to add is 102, and I want to give a name of 102 as 122. Same over 103, 123. So this is 102, 103. Now time to serial goes to serial 1. Here we have two value: 201, 203, 203. So 201, 221, 203, 223. Okay, now serial 2. So 301, 321, and 302, 322. Sorry, I forget to add it. Okay, now here 302, 322. So all serial interface now added the DLC value: 102, 122, 103, 123, serial 1, 201, 221, 203, 223, serial 2, 301, 321, 302, 322. So DLC value the link connection item pair. Now we're going to go to frame relay and goes to serial 0, 1 to 2. Now serial 0, 1 to 2 connected with serial 1. You can see here serial 0 is connected with serial 1. So it goes to serial 1 and serial 0, 1 to 2, serial 0, 1 to 1, and add. So we can see here, there we go. So it's look good. Now serial 0, 122, serial 1, 221. This is what the DASI value is. Now what you're going to do is goes to serial 0, 1 to 3, 103. It should be serial 2, 3 to 1. You can see here. So add serial 0, 1 to 3, serial 2, 3 to 1. Now remember, if you perfectly configure these interfaces, serial 0, 1, serial 2, serial 2, serial 1, then you have no problem to set a frame relay. Remember this thing that you can't do opposite thing, means you can't goes to skip serial 2, then tries to configure serial 1. It's not allowed. Then you have to go to sequence wise, means serial 1, then afterwards you are going to configure serial 0, serial 1, serial 0, serial 2. Configure sequence wise. Okay, so 2 to 1. Now it's all done. You can see here serial 1 is done. So 2 to 3 is now turned for 2 to 3. So 2 to 3, you can see here 203 is configured with serial 3. So serial 2, 3 to 2. So add. If you try to configure 3 to 1, then you will get the error. So it's 3 to 2. So you can see serial 1, 2 to 3, serial 2, 3 to 2. Now one last, I think it's all done. I think 1 to 2, 201, and then 2 to 3 is 302, 3 to 2. Then 301 is 1 to 3. So it's all done. The pair of 3. Okay, so serial 1, yes, all done. So this is how we configure a cloud. The pairing will be serial 0, 0, serial 1, serial 1, serial 2, serial 2. So pairing is like that. You will get the pair of 3. So this is all done, frame relay. You can even further add the switch according to your demand. You can add AND devices, same switch 2950. Now you need a straight cable, pass Ethernet 0, 24, 1. So like this you can stable the network. Currently I'm not configuring the routers. Will do. Okay, so this is how frame relay network created, and hope you learned something about how to configure a cloud, that how to goes to serial interfaces and configure JOSI value, then frame relay, how to create from port to port frame relay, how to create a combination. So hope you learned something about frame relay cloud configuration. Thanks for watching.